Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oakfield Farm. You might notice I'm on the start screen. There's a reason. Welcome to Oakfield Farm, Farming Simulator 19. It's back. And it's now got a special little something at the farmyard. If I head over to about here, we have a lovely flyby of some Spitfires. So obviously you guys know this map was originally in FS17, it's moved forward to FS19, and this is my first time on it, so I'm not 100% sure if there are many changes. I would presume not so many, other than maybe some stuff just being tweaked and prettified a small bit from the 17 version. So let's start off with, I guess, the equipment that's around the yard. You got a lovely 6230R John Deere, an AgroLiner trailer. I did spot the John Deere harvester here. You've got two quite big pieces of equipment. That's, I think, a 6-meter cultivator and a 9-meter seeder. Big old header trailer for the deer, of course, back here. Is there anything hidden in this shed? No. Coon side mower. Bloody Fendt 1100 again. Ooh, the Hardy Navigator sprayer. That is quite cool. Quite unusual to see. I could have sworn there was like a pathway down here before, but I'm probably wrong. In fact, I am wrong. No, that was always like sheds and clutter. Anything in this shed? Nope. Of course, the silage pit for the cows, I guess, which are... No, the sheep are up in this field. I'm trying to remember this map myself as I go along. The sheep are here, the cows are up over the other side of the yard. Here are the cows, the cow area, by the Fendt. And, oh, there's a plough as well, a 5-furrow plough, which is totally not getting almost immediately replaced by something much larger for these fields. In terms of fields you start with, it's 9, 13, 51, 1, 2 and 3, because logical counting there, Dave. And, yeah, tons and tons, because if you thought there were never enough sell points on a map, this map has an excessive amount at times. So you got the barn, which is... Where is the barn? Oh, it's going to be, like, right in here. Yeah, that's the Oakfield Farm barn. You've got a lime station. It looks like it's back here somewhere. Am I wrong? I am wrong. It is somewhere over here. A lime station literally somewhere. I can't find it right now because it's being mean and hiding. Oh, it's right there. That's the lime station. I don't know if there's infinite seeds or infinite fertilizer. That's definitely water for the animals. But I don't know if there's infinite fertilizer and seeds on the map just yet. I'll find that out in the coming days. Oxy has given permission. If you saw Landy Kid's stream yesterday or Simulation for the Nation stream, we have permission to go ham if we wish. As we test the map, because we are testing the map. So field 2 is in, that looks like it's wheat. That is wheat. Field 3 is obviously in grass. 51's quite obviously in grass as well, because that's your sheep meadow. And field 1 up here, let's have a look at the other starter fields. Field 1 is cultivated, ready to be seeded. But if you have forced ploughing on, then obviously you have to plough it as well. I'm being a bit careful around the crops, because this is... I'm going to be recording a Let's Play not too long after I finish this. So the other fields you own are 9 and 13. 9 is in grass as well, because that's your cow meadow, and 13 is... I don't know what's in field 13. I think it might be grass also. I think Oxy might be a bit grass happy on the map at the moment. Which is fine, because you can never have too much grass. 13 is in... I'm just going to cheat here. Yes, that's also in grass, by the looks of it. Why is field... Oh, field 1 is grass. So, of all the fields you start with, of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields you start with, a grand total of 1 has a crop in it. So good luck there. And of course you start off owning the outside of the map. Lessons learned from Marwell. The BGA is already owned. And you own the fields as well. And hilltop stores. Which I should be able to get to by this road actually. I'll show off the sell points as I'm going around as well. Not much of a change from the 17 map, which I would argue is a good thing. Oakfield 17 was a very good map. PDA map nice and bright. I like it. Do like the PDA map being completely legible. And oh, the old floating point error kind of thingy's still there with the mini-map. It's a fun little... I don't know... I'd call it a bug, but it's just this feature with Farm Sim where it gets a bit weird about... yeah, where things actually are on maps. And ooh! There's a private property gate at the top of the road here, which I should open instead of opening and then immediately closing. So, can you access this field? Oh, hello! You get a free strip of grass as I unflip the John Deere in my expert man. Oh, those... Oh no. Oxy's been listening to me. The barbed wire has collisions. So let's head up to Hilltop Stores, have a look around that, and we'll head down by the egg sell point in the Sawmill, then head over to Empire, over to the stables, and I want to try and show off like all of the animal areas. The horses are quite naturally over by the stable, which makes perfect sense. Nice car parked up there on the very edge of the map, and of course if you're not looking down like this, you can, if you're in cab, you can't actually see the edge of the map. Except through that one small gap by the car. As always with Oxy, really nice tight roads. You know, it's Oakfield, but in FS19, and can I just point out really quickly how really nice the lighting is on this map? Like, this is how you load in at 8:40 in the morning, and I've got no lighting or shader mods installed. This is just the map looking as it does. So there's more water up here at Hilltop Stores, and obviously grain sell point. Some grass clipping through the ground. Like I said, this map is not 100% finished. It still needs to be tested by the few of us that have it, and whoever does have it is going to be testing it, myself included, despite other commitments that I do have ongoing. I will be helping Oxy and Glandy and SFTN and VF to make sure the map is as good when it comes out as it possibly can be. Which shouldn't be too hard. It's Oxy. I trust that he's going to make something good. So if there's any problems, just blame Landy Kid. That is the easiest way to do it. It's a nice bit of detail there in the notice board. Skelty slashing service. Public notice. Sandy is golf. Kids swag has been lost. There's some stuff going on at the community complex. That's a... I've never noticed that notice board before. Is that new? Gloucestershire Wave public footpath is off over there. Of course, this is a true-to-life map. It's a... If you look on Google for Oakfield Farm, you should be able... I think it's Oakfield you need to look for. You should be able to find it on Google Maps. And this is about as close to one-to-one as you can get in-game. There are going to be some tweaks and edits to suit the game and allow for playability. Now, does the church still do its old party trick? If I get up close to it. Oh, it does! It's still singing. Here's the Excel point right here, beside the church. And if I go up to the church... The choir is still practicing, and they're still not very good. That choir will eventually learn how to sing. Eventually. So, onwards we go. And we'll head over to Empire Stores next, I think. What's this? Coberley Church. Ah! The church has a name that I never noticed. And that's more of the Gloucestershire Way, public footpath. Actually, we'll stop by the Sawmill, and no matter what way I do it, it's going to be really awkward to get to Empire Stores, because I either go up to the massive cluster up by the BGA, or down to Empire Stores and then up. But Empire Stores is just always out of the way. And it's a bit frustrating, and I have kind of forgotten my way around this map a small bit, so I am gonna get lost a bit periodically. Which is why I've got the mini-map up. If I could remember the map like perfectly, I would have the mini-map up. There's where you sell your... Here's where you sell your wood chips, or with the Anderson DLC, your poplar bales. And of course you sell the logs right here, and some really nice detail actually of the slightly floaty wheel tracks. Like I said, the map is currently in the process of being tested, so there is gonna be some potential wonkiness, and you gotta overlook that. That'll be fixed when no doubt Oxy gets a bunch of shopping lists from me and Landy and SFT and NVF. Like, this is broken, this isn't working, this doesn't look the way that it should, maybe fix this. Because it may surprise you, but we do actually pay attention to maps. If you enjoyed Oakfield in 17, I will be very blunt, you'll enjoy it again in 19. Unless your tastes have changed, which I do know happens. Because there were other maps that I used to love. And now that I've seen them coming through the games, I'm just like... I just kind of look at them and say, I'm really... That map, no, I don't want it anymore. I've played my fill of it. Oakfield is one of these maps that I don't feel like I got my fill of. Also, it's going to be really fun riding a horse around. I'm planning on getting some horses on this map. And riding them around. Because that sounds like fun. There's the edge of the map again, by the way. Map edges are really nicely done if you look at them from a distance. If you get a bit up close, like if you look from there, really nice map edges. You can't really tell the difference between where the edge of the map is, and even now that we're getting into the blurred area, very difficult to see where the map edge is. When you get up close and you've got the really sharp textures everywhere and then the blur of the edge of the map, it's pretty easy to tell, but there's no... It looks better at a distance than having perfectly sharp textures everywhere. Like the far off distance over there, beyond the first, second and third, I'm not entirely sure how many hills there are in between me and the blurred off distance texture, but the very far distance texture, you wouldn't know that's just a texture. Like, that looks real. It looks like it's right up next to you. It's one of the things that I do love about Oxy's maps. Here, by the way, is Empire Stores, with another sell point where you can... This is where you can sell manure, so no making fun of YouTubers on this map. Seemingly. And you can also pick up water and probably something else that I can't remember what you can buy at the Empire Stores. I'm mildly surprised that Oxy didn't put a lime trigger up here. Actually, now that think about it. Like, that'd be a really cool place to have a lime trigger and seed trigger and fertilizer trigger. I might mention that to him actually. That'd be a fun, interesting place to have it. Because then you can buy like the pallets at the shop, or you can come up and just fill up a seeder or a seed tender or something up here. And obviously the lime, I have I love using the big bags. Regular viewers will know this. I love using big bags, but when it comes to lime, I need an infinite trigger because oh my god, is the lime painful to deal with in pallet form. It just goes so quickly that you're constantly buying lime. So I'm beginning to remember my way around the map now. So up to the right here as we disappear off the mini-map. Like I said, the mini-map tends to have a couple of weird little weirdnesses where it sometimes just pings you off. And it doesn't match up entirely. That's a game thing, that's nothing to do with Oxy. That's the game being a bit weird and not calculating 100% correctly, and maybe the minimap being a slightly different resolution to the actual map itself, which that would make sense to me. But we're heading up now to... We're gonna pass by the chickens, and I think... No, the pigs are a bit farther up, but the chickens... Are the pigs a bit further up? The pigs may have been moved. Because Oxy obviously has had to make a couple of changes to the map to suit FS19, namely putting in the horses and making them feel like they fit. So I'm quite curious how the stables will look. The horses actually being in the game is a godsend to mappers who historically have put stables in the map as a logical place to sell bales. So the people that had stables in the maps before, and I'm fairly sure Oxy was one of them, are going to be absolutely delighted because they don't actually need to change all that much about the map other than putting, other than making the stables actually accept horses. Because historically speaking in Farm Sim, I'm going to do a bit of a quick history lesson in the middle of this first look. While we're on our way up to the chickens are in the chickens are in there. The chickens have, I think, been moved slightly. So we're gonna bypass the pigs and chickens for now. Oh no, the chickens haven't been moved at all. We're gonna bypass the pigs and chickens for now and head up to the stable. But historically, stables are a really good kind of bit of filler on a map because it's something that makes sense in like agriculture, but something that never did anything up until, you know, the release of FS19. So if you look through old maps, you'll see stables everywhere because they were a nice bit of filler. So we are reaching the stable. Yes, this was in before. Yeah, he's just he's done exactly what I thought. He has tweaked the stables to nip a bit out of field 35, or nip a bit out of this field. No, this was always grass. This was always like this. Yeah, Oxy's just tweaked the stables to take horses, just like I had kind of anticipated. And what's it called? I did see a sign there somewhere. Is it 6 furlong stables? 6 furlong stables. Very cool indeed. And nice bit of clutter with a bath for some reason in there and sheds and whatnot. As always with Oxy, great clutter everywhere. Attention to detail is something that he does very well. And making a place kind of come alive. And seem a bit lived in. It's not... I'm trying to find a way to say this that doesn't sound like I'm insulting the map. Or insulting, like, some maps, or insulting Oxy. It's not, like, hideously filthy like the maps that some people really enjoy. Stuff by... Lancey Boy's really good at making, like, filthy, old rundown farms. Tomex did it in Knaveswell pretty well as well. You know, those filthy maps that are just really run-down farms. Oxy is more of a kind of a newer farm style. Like, granted, the pig farm here is a bit run-down, but it's not as run-down as, you know, you can see on some other maps. I say a bit run-down. Everything's falling apart and rusted, except for the pig shed, which is which has been built recently, seemingly. And seems a bit small. That seems bizarrely small. But no, it's the exact same size as it was before, Dave. You're just imagining things. I think it's just because I got a big tractor up here. I'm used to, like, keeping small equipment around the pigs. But yeah, much the same as it was in 17. You can kind of see that it is I would argue very much a tweaked version of the 17 map. And of course you got the you can sell eggs up at the stables as well. I've just noticed you can sell eggs and bales up at the stables, and there's of course your bale sell point up here if you want to sell some bales up here. Nice clutter of bale sell points up here between the stables and the Oak Glen farm. Then again, you might want to do some work on bales around here, because there's plenty of crop fields, so kind of nice that you can just cart the bales straight out and into a barn to sell off. So as you come up here, we'll reach the third egg sell point, Oxy. I think Oxy expects you to go absolutely ham with chickens. So this is a map for if you want 3 trillion chickens, or however many the... does it say? It should be in placeables. Oh no, you can't buy it, but it'll be in the garage. Does it say how many chickens? No, it just says storage silo. Interesting. I'm not sure how many chickens you can put into the farms here, but I would say go absolutely mental, because you will never run it. You will always have somewhere to sell your eggs, because there's 3 separate egg sell points. Of course, across the road, we've got David's Tasty Burgers, which I've heard have improved since 17. And Willowbrook Stores, which is going to be probably like the main place you'll bring a lot of your grains, because, well, and where you'll bring your wool for sure if you got sheep. Historically, that had like, is it Willowbrook? I'm so terrible with my names already. Yeah, Willowbrook Stores historically, if memory serves, had like the best prices for grains. And you also have the BGA up here, which is a build-it-yourself BGA. Because I actually kind of like this idea that you build, like, you're given the BGA silo, but you got to put down the or BGA digester, but you got to put down the silage silo for yourself, so you can kind of choose how big you want it to be. Of course, across the road, you've got the rather lovely New Holland shop, which is, I'm fairly sure, almost completely identical to the way it was in 17. Except, no, there's a tweak somewhere or other. I think. I could have sworn there was a truck like up here in 17. But that might have been an edit I did to the map. Have I hit everything? I've hit the Spinnery, BGA, Willowbrook Stores, Seven Springs Egg Subpoint, Animal Dealer. I almost forgot about the Animal Dealer, and we'll end the video over here. So I will be on this map very, very soon. I'm hoping to have actually a second video up. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It really depends on how things go for the rest of the day for me. Here's the... No, that's a field, Dave. Here is the... the, Frontier Livestock Market, Golden Yarn Spinnery, Oxy, you've done something wrong here. Let's ignore the sign. Here's the animal market with no animals. They're the world's poorest animal market that I've ever seen. No, yeah, you can buy your animals here and cart them around the map if you want to do manual carting. Obviously, if you're getting chickens, you got to do it manually anyway. And of course, I think a reasonable number of the fields have contracts. It's kind of unfortunate that there's no way to check how many fields have contract. Field 18, 28, 39, 48 definitely do. 48, in fact, is a grass contract that brings in 2,800, which is nice. And the biggest field is now field 16. I believe that was field 43 in FS17. It's now field 16. So, yeah, I'm going to leave the video here. Hope you enjoyed this first look. Oakfield is much the same as ever, and I still really like it. It's an Oxy map. It's fantastic. He's put some really amazing work in. It's kind of shocking that he's got it converted and basically finished so quickly. So I will leave you by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching a first look on Oakfield Farm. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. And as always, leave your comments down below. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.